Hey friends, how are you doing today? So today I'm so excited to explore this concept about buying less and living a life better. Buy less and live better. I have 10 ideas that I want to share with you. These are I just craft through it and see what works for me. Again, this is like a me with a family of 3 with a puppy, so we're a family of 4 and we live in Florida, and we've been practicing, buying less, and there are some of the things that doesn't work out, some of them does. So everything that I'm going to share with you in this video will be like, some of them will be work out for you really well, some of them it might not directly work out for you. So whatever work out for you, and I hope that you apply that. If you do not know me, my name is Mira. It's really good to see you, friends. Thanks for coming and spending the time with me. Number 1 is set the clear financial goals. Define your financial goal and prioritize your savings over spending. If you need some help in setting up the financial goals, I'll definitely link some of the videos over here, how to achieve your financial goals. It will help you to achieve your financial goal a little bit faster or sooner. Number 2 is setting up the spending limits. So it could be like, it could be you can set it up for a quarterly spending, or it could be like monthly spending. Maybe sometimes some of the months that you might want to use, I'm gonna use only cash because of the overspending on the credit card. Things like that. There are a lot of ways you can do that. At least you have a limit of spending. It definitely gonna help you to not go and buy a lot of things. Number 3 is evaluating wants versus needs. Needs is like things that you will need for your rent, or maybe mortgage, or for your utilities, or it could be things that for your grocery, things that you definitely need to eat to survive and to also happy about it. Another one is a transportation. You driving from one place to another in either shapes and forms and different types of vehicles. It could be anything, bicycle, or it could be bus, it could be Uber, it could be your own car. It could be a lot of different ways that you can do it, but you can definitely know what is your needs and what is your want. Wants could be a lot of unnecessary purchases in the moment that it sparks that you think you might need it or want it. It could be very expensive items like a brand new car instead of certified used car. Recently we have bought the certified used car with our own cash that we save up for years. So go ahead and check it out. I'll link it over here for you. You can go ahead, inspire by, and because you can do it too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your time, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and go ahead and put a little thumbs up. It definitely appreciate your time. Next one is that unsubscribe the marketing emails, like all the promotion emails that come into your inbox, or text message even, or maybe they might be calling you. Things are like, sometimes maybe you might buy some stuff from Old Navy, things that you needed for your kids, or maybe for your own exercise clothes, something that you needed it. But then, because you accidentally subscribe it from those marketing, clothing stores and everything else, they're gonna keep promoting to you, here 10%, here is that percent off, then you got really excited. Please go ahead and unsubscribe those emails. Those emails gonna tempting you to buy things that you do not need them. Next one is create a shopping list. I am a very believer in the making a list. We always have a running list in our household, things that we can need it for different areas. It could be grocery, it could be household item. Shopping list is extremely important. It gives you a clear vision of seeing what needs and what wants. Shopping list doesn't have to be only grocery list. Shopping list can be anything. It could be birthday list, it could be holiday list, it could be decoration list, it could be household list, it could be anything that you need for your house or your personal need. Now, since you already know what needs and what wants, and you have a major clarity about shopping list created, now you might want to look around in your wherever you live in. It could be your rental apartment, or it could be your own house. It could be anywhere that where you live in, and look around in your area and see what kind of space and storage that do you actually have. When I drive around and I see all this extra storage space companies, it's nothing wrong with that. They're actually helpful for people who need help, which is great. But the thing is, as a saver, I see as like kind of like, why do we have to go that far to buy a lot of things that we don't need it, and ended up buying a space that we cannot afford it and storing over there, and maybe next 100 years later we decided that we don't need it anymore. Why don't we go that far? Instead, why don't we scale back a little bit and see, like, we will only buy what we actually needed within the space that we have. Those places are not that cheap. They are quite expensive. I had done an experience one time before We were thinking like moving in St. Louis from one house to another, and we will rent a place. And they say that if you rent it and you have to pay for a deposit, that if you take it out within 30 days, then they don't charge you anything along that line with it. So we ended up renting at 1 month, and then we ended up getting our money back because we only spent our less than 30 days. We ended up didn't move in it. Instead, we moved to Florida. So that was kind of like quite experience. I have the experience with the storage businesses. People ended up spending a lot of money in those storage area. I'm sure there are a lot of good reasons for it, and I'm not going here to judging about it, but I feel like there's a lot of ways that we can kind of contain our stuff and able to figure it out, not having to go into storage space. Instead, we can store it in our own house and where we live and keep a small version of it by buying less. When you start evaluating your space and your storage area in your household area, you realize that, you know what, we don't really have that much space to keep a lot of things that we don't need it. So that gives you motivation to buy less. I have a lot of birds singing around me, and I love those sounds. They are just beautiful. I hope you are enjoying all my free background over here. And next one is avoid sales traps. As a human, we got tempted and excited when we see the signs or when we hear the signs. So it could be from social media. It could be from when we're driving across. It could be even at the grocery store. We see that, you know what, this item is now selling it right now, and you're like, wow, it looks really great, and it could be so great to have it. It could be something that you use, or it could be something that we consume, or whatever that is, that we got excited. The best thing we could do at the time is, do we actually need it? Like, do we actually gonna use it for multiple years? If the answer is no right away, and when you remember the first thing I said, that set the clear financial goals, and the goal is like, maybe you're trying to pay off your car, maybe you're trying to pay off your credit card, maybe you're trying to pay off the student loans, or in our case, we're trying to pay off our mortgage. So buying 3 big giant floating flamingos in our swimming pool, I'm not sure that'll be in line with our financial goals. One could be, might be enough, that because we can switch around, because we are only 3 people, 1 person can sit and 2 people can enjoy it. So that's another way we can do that, maybe buying less. Another one that I practice it every time for years now is 30-day rule. Some people say like a week, some people can do it 72 hours, some people can do it 48 hours, depending on how long can you hold the temptations. And which is like very simple, but it's kind of hard to do at the beginning of the journey when you're trying to buying less or containing the impulse buying, which is like when you see anything either online, or it could be at the store, it could be Target, it could be Costco, it could be at the grocery store, anywhere that you're purchasing your daily things, your weekly things, then you're gonna see it. When you see the big giant flamingo, I'm just gonna use it again. I don't know why I come up with this flamingo floating ideas. It is really cute and it is so fun. You can put the cup holders there, or you can lay down, you can float in the swimming pool, or it could be you can take it into the beach. It is very appropriate in our current situation that we will enjoy that so much. But at the same time, I had to think about it. Do I really gonna use this floating flamingos for another 3 or 4 years, or can I wait for it? Maybe I will need it something else more. Maybe I will only buy one. That kind of thinking came through with it. That actually gonna help you to make the purchasing decision of supporting buying less. Next one is a mindful consumption. Mindful consumption, it could be anything that we eat it, or it's anything that we use it. So for instance, I'm gonna use one of the items in grocery, vegetables. I consume meat. I also love vegetable very much. Anytime I see like green color and Asian vegetables, I'm like, in my mind, I'm already gobbled up. I can eat it raw, I can eat it boiled, I can eat it steamed, I can eat it stir fried, I'll make any version of it in any Asian vegetables. I love it so much. But the truth is that now I realize that in Florida, where we live, Asian vegetables in Florida are extremely expensive. So I am now kind of scaling by myself, and without sacrificing it. I see like, mindful consumption can be, I can replace one to another. Let's say I like bok choy. But that is a green vegetables that has a lot of nutritious benefits in it. But same as the broccoli, which is I can buy it from Aldi. Or same as the cabbage, it could be still green. When I do the mindful consumption, I realizing that if I want this, I can still do this, but this will be more than half of the cost. So I definitely kind of like doing that mindful consumption. Even though I like the book try, it might be slightly different flavors, but I'm enjoying this one as much as I would too. The last one is adopting the minimum mindset. Minimum mindset is definitely helping us out, which doesn't mean that we're not buying anything. We do buy things, we do buy quality items that will last longer for us, something that we can use it and we can enjoy it for the long time without the headache, without fixing often, without buying more and more items. Because we're buying one quality items, that saves us our brain energy and our money, our research time. When we buy the quality items, it's saving your brain energy and it's saving your mind energy. It's letting you enjoy time more. So you're spending more one time, but then you don't have to spend often, and it lasts you longer for the long time. And it is actually quite fun. You can be extremely proud of yourself that, having the one cup of coffee cup or 2 cup of coffee cup in the household than, a bunch of 50, 70 cups in the basement city and not being ever used. Or maybe they might be ended up into the storage area that we will never see them again in our lifetime. I'd rather strike to own the fewer quality possessions in the materials than buying a bunch of junks and fill the house. I think definitely you can relate to that, and it gives you peace of mind and buying less, and so you can definitely live better. I know when you start practicing this, buying less, it could be like, you might feel some drawback at some time, but that is okay. That is a natural thing. In the past, it happened to me too. When I buy less, I feel like, is this something missing? That am I missing something? But then you realize that you quickly appreciate that what you have, the quality items, then you don't have to clean a lot of things in the house often. It definitely gives you peace of mind, and you keep a lot of money in your bank or either in the investment. If you are intimidated, if you feel intimidated, or if you're more interested in more about investing, go and check it out one of my videos that I recently did it, which gives you an overview of investing. Don't be afraid of it. You can do it. I'm very grateful that you're here today, and thank you so much for spending time with me, enjoying the bird singing or windy or nice palm tree in the background. Thank you, and 接受 devaluation.